(1800 hours Pakistan Standard Time). Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kawal. The headlines first. Prime Minister, accompanied by a high-level delegation, has reached Beijing on a two-day visit to exchange views with Chinese leadership on bilateral, regional and global developments. Interior Minister has urged PTI chief to shun his agenda of chaos and sit with political forces to find political solution of the issues. Foreign Minister has emphasized the need for enhancing economic and trade cooperation among Shanghai Cooperation Organization member states. Army Chief and French Ambassador to Pakistan at a meeting in Rawalpindi today discussed matters of mutual interest and overall regional security situations. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops, in their continued acts of state terrorism, martyred 14 Kashmiris during the past month of October. In the ICC T20 Cricket World Cup, England beat New Zealand by 20 runs, while Sri Lanka defeated Afghanistan by 6 wickets at Brisbane today. And now the news in details. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, accompanied by a high-level delegation, has reached Beijing on a two-day visit to China. Senior Chinese officials received the Prime Minister and his delegation at the Beijing airport. During the visit, the Prime Minister will meet President Xi Jinping and hold delegation-level talks with Premier Li Keqiang. The two sides will review the all-weather strategic cooperation partnership and exchange views on regional and global developments. This will be Shehbaz Sharif's first visit to China since assuming office in April this year. His visit represents continuity of frequent leadership-level exchanges between Pakistan and China. Meanwhile, in a tweet today, Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif said Pakistan and China stand together as friends and partners at a time when the world is grappling with multiple challenges. The Prime Minister said he is honoured to be among the first few leaders to have been invited after the historic 20th National Congress of Communist Party of China. He said his discussions with the Chinese leadership will focus on a revitalization of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor (CPAC) project, among many other things. The Prime Minister said the second phase of CPAC will usher in a new era of socio-economic progress that will uplift quality of our people's lives. Minister for Planning and Development Ahsan Iqbal has said several MOUs and agreements will be signed during Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's visit to China. In a statement today, he said both the sides are committed to commence work on ML1 and Karachi's Circular Railway. He noted that the ML1 will have a positive impact on the economies of Pakistan and China. The Minister for Planning and Industrial Cooperation will be promoted under the CPAC, which will also create job opportunities. Ahsan Iqbal said talks will also be held with the Chinese side for promotion of cooperation in the agriculture sector. He said the CPAC has become a milestone of Pakistan-China cooperation. Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah has urged PTI chief Imran Khan to shun his agenda of chaos and sit with the political forces of the country to find a political solution of issues. Talking to media in Islamabad this afternoon, he said Pakistan needs unity and not anarchy. He further said Imran Khan and his misguided activists are trying to spread anarchy and chaos in the country. The Interior Minister warned that federal law enforcement agencies reserve the right to sort out any attack on Islamabad by any armed group. He further said the Prime Minister has directed that the police and FC personnel would only use tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse participants of the Long March. He said, according to reports, PTI leadership is accumulating ammunition and armed men to attack the federal capital. Rana Sanaullah said, in view of these reports, federal law enforcement agencies can face a loss and Imran Khan will be responsible for it. Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto Zardari has emphasized the need for enhancing economic and trade cooperation amongst member states of Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Addressing a virtual meeting of the Council of Heads of Government of SCO countries today, he underscored that building greater connectivity across SCO region would help unlock the political and economic potential of intra-SCO cooperation. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari stressed that China-Pakistan Economic Corridor supplements the SCO's vision of shared prosperity through regional connectivity and integration. Thanking the SCO countries for expressing solidarity with and extending support for the flood-affected people in Pakistan particularly, the Foreign Minister urged the developed countries to fulfill their commitments on climate finance to help developing countries address climate change for meeting sustainable development goals. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari also stressed the need to address the scourge of terrorism in all its manifestations, including state terrorism. He underlined the importance of sustained and practical engagement with Afghanistan in order to help the Afghan people overcome the humanitarian and economic crisis afflicting their own country. French Ambassador Nicolas Gallet called on Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa in Rawalpindi today. During the meeting, matters of mutual interest, including defense and security cooperation and overall regional security situation, were discussed. Speaking on the occasion, the Army Chief General Bajwa said Pakistan values its relations with France and we earnestly look forward to enhance mutually beneficial multi-domain relations based on common interests. French ambassador appreciated Pakistan's efforts for regional stability and pledged to play his role for further improvement in diplomatic cooperation with Pakistan at all levels. This is Radio Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their continued acts of state terrorism martyred 14 Kashmiris during the past month of October. According to the data issued by the research section of Kashmir Media Service today, 6 of those martyred were killed in fake encounters and in custody by the troops. The killings rendered 2 women widowed and 7 children orphaned. During the period, Indian forces personnel arrested 47 people in 195 cordon and search operations and house raids in different areas of the territory. The Indian troops launched a violent cordon and search operation in Simthan in Bijbera area of Islamabad district today. Meanwhile, illegally detained senior all-party Hurriyat Conference leader Naeem Ahmad Khan, in a statement from New Delhi's Tihar jail, stressed the need for a negotiated settlement of the Kashmir dispute. Pakistan has reaffirmed that Jammu and Kashmir dispute will remain on the UN agenda until its people are allowed to exercise their will through a plebiscite under the auspices of the United Nations. Speaking at the third committee of the UN General Assembly in New York, Deputy Permanent Representative to the UN, Mohammad Amir Khan, said the Kashmiris have suffered more than 7 decades of occupation, awaiting fulfillment of their inalienable right to self-determination as promised by 11 UN Security Council resolutions. He further said India continues to delude itself that it can subjugate the Kashmiris through the application of extreme force, ignoring the lesson of history that people's yearning for freedom can never be crushed by brute force. Palestinian Foreign Minister Riyad al-Maliki has called for stopping and destroying Israel's nuclear programs to establish a nuclear weapon-free zone. Al-Maliki made the appeal in response to the adoption by the First Committee of the UN General Assembly of a resolution submitted by Egypt urging Israel to get rid of its nuclear weapons. In the ICC T20 World Cup, England beat New Zealand by 20 runs at Brisbane today. Batting first, England set a victory target of 180 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in stipulated 20 overs. In reply, New Zealand could score only 159 runs for a loss of 6 wickets in allotted 20 overs. Jos Buttler of England was declared player of the match. He made 73 runs out of 47 balls. Earlier in the first match of the day, Sri Lanka defeated Afghanistan by 6 wickets at Brisbane. Batting first, Afghanistan scored 144 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. In reply, Sri Lanka achieved the target in 18.3 overs for the loss of 4 wickets. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is likely to prevail in most plain areas of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Gilgit-Baltistan, Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Kashmir, Islamabad, and Pothohar region. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News.